Look, let's just call it what it is. Black artists should be able to thrive and mature and grow, and we shouldn't have to be dismissed just because we want to make room for someone else. That means that we have a limited mindset. Don't limit our culture to you can only have a new thing. No, we can have artists that are like Mick Jagger, and we can have artists that are brand new. And it doesn't mean that I want to exclude anyone. I love M. He's on my new album. I have no problem with M, like MGK. Like, it's not about, like an issue. It's just that the way the industry was treating hip hop culture, to me, that shit didn't work for me. You know what I mean? So instead of me complaining about, because see, a lot of these dudes, they sit around complaining about shit all day, man. It's just like, I'm not doing that. Listen, man, we're not gonna sit around a dinner table hungry when I can go out in the woods and figure some shit out. I'm not gonna sit around hungry complaining with my ribs touching. So Rock the Bells, we're not just a channel on SiriusXM, which obviously we've spearheaded this whole resurgence of timeless hip hop. Like, if you think about it, if you just go back 8 years, 7, 8 years, maybe 9 years prior to Rock the Bells, a classic and timeless hip hop artist was considered completely passé, completely not interesting, not relevant. Nobody wants to go near it. Nobody cares. It has to be this thing, this new thing, or nothing, right? And as you've seen over time, that has changed. And now the attitudes have changed. Like, there are young people who understand that there are people that are going to love Common. Like, you're not going to change that. You loving this artist is not going to make them not love this artist they grew up with. And I think that's a healthy thing. Well, what I did with Rock the Bells was I made a decision. I felt like people were being commoditized. I felt like hip hop artists were being chewed up and spit out. It's like, Wu-Tang Clan should be able to be respected forever. You don't say, okay, because Wu-Tang Clan hit this now, I have to only listen to Central C. There's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with listen. I love Lil Baby. I love, Duggar. I love Gunna. And we should listen to all of that. But I'm saying that doesn't mean that Raekwon and Meth and Ghost shouldn't have their place in hip hop. Like, again, if we have Bruce Springsteen and Mick Jagger and Paul McCartney and all of these, why can't these guys and these women, why can't Queen Latifah have a new album? Why can't MC Lyte have a new album? Why can't Nicki Minaj in 10 years have a new album? So that was the thinking, right? So it's like, how do I do something? What can I do about that? So I started the channel, and then that taught me there was a big opportunity to really lift up these artists. So we have merch, all over the country, licensing deals and with major, distributors around the world. Like, I'm doing everything I can to really lift up these timeless artists and make it great for them. So when you see, Dre and all of them at the Super Bowl, there's a reason why that was back in vogue. And that's because of the work that we did at Rock the Bells. When you see, Nas, going out and doing the things he's doing with classic hip hop, that's because of the tone that we set with Rock the Bells. And all of that is good. Like, that was the point. That was the point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny because this word but it's about externalities, right? By me doing that, by me doing Rock the Bells and really focusing on that and making it great for these artists, it makes it better for the whole genre. So now we're at a place, after the 50 years of hip hop and all the work we've done, now everybody's a resurgence. Oh, this one's making an album. That one's making an album. You're welcome. And that was my goal. That was my goal, because I believe that we should, look, let's just call it what it is. Black artists should be able to thrive and mature and grow, and we shouldn't have to be dismissed just because we want to make room for someone else. That means that we have a limited mindset. Don't limit our culture to you can only have a new thing. No, we can have artists that are like Mick Jagger, and we can have artists that are brand new. And it doesn't mean that I want to exclude anyone. I love M. He's on my new album. I have no problem with M, like MGK. Like, it's not about, like an issue. It's just that the way the industry was treating hip hop culture, to me, that shit didn't work for me. You know what I mean? So instead of me complaining about, because see, a lot of these dudes, they sit around complaining about shit all day, man. It's just like, I'm not doing that. Listen, man, We're not gonna sit around the dinner table hungry when I can go out in the woods and figure some shit out. I'm not gonna sit around hungry complaining with my ribs touching on no level. So it's that simple, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, let's go get to it, man. You know what I mean? And so I did that, and now you got guys with residencies, you got people, artists making records, you got everybody back. Like, it's obvious. Look, me announcing early on I'm doing a record with Q-Tip is why a Common would want to get with a Pete Rock. You know what I'm saying? It's why, you know, even Nas would he was rocking with Hit Boy, and he says, you know what, I'm going to get with Primo, get reacquainted with Primo, right? Like, we all kind of inspire each other, and that's better for the genre. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. And that's what Rock the Bells does. And then if brands want to talk to, you know, our community, Rock the Bells can help them do that in an authentic way. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Lighty was an amazing guy. He was an executive. You know, it's funny, you know, because, see, you got to remember, because I've been doing this so long, I didn't meet Chris the way most people would think about Chris as an executive. He was an intern when I met Chris, and I was already a couple of albums deep, 2-3 albums in. So, you know, even though we were the same age, you know, I got on at 16, so I was a little kid in the game. So when I'm 20 and he's 20, or when I'm 19 and he's not, like, I'm already been doing this a long time. But he was smart, he was talented, he was creative. He was, you know, he started Violator. Violator was based on some dudes that was beating everybody ass in the Bronx, you know, but he took that and turned it into a management company. He was a pillar in the hip hop community. I think he had a lot to do with keeping New York hip hop in a strong place. Of course, it should expand. It should expand not only to America, but even globally. I mean, you see, you know, Central C and Ice Spice now. I mean, you know, things are changing, and that's, you know, you see Storm Z, you see, you know, so it's not only gone regionally, but globally, it's, you know, expanded, which is a beautiful thing. But Chris was definitely the dude. And my manager right now, Claudine, she was actually initially Chris's assistant. She started off as an assistant with Chris, working with him, and, you know, and with Mona Scott, who has all the Love and Hip Hop shows and all of that. So Chris was brilliant, man. You know, the May 8th man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was, man, we used to, you know, I used to see him, what's up, Mr. Smith? You know what I'm saying? Yo, Chris is so funny, man. We go eat shit, you know. Like we did the doing it, like my song, doing it and doing it and doing, like all that. I represent Queens. She was raised out in Brooklyn. All that. I did that with Chris. You know what I'm saying? Lounging, you know what I'm saying? You know, so he was amazing. In terms of business game, now with Chris is the exact opposite, because and he did the right thing, but it's kind of funny in a lot of ways. Like, because I've been in the game so long, you know, like, I'm not paying no managers 20%. B. It's just not happening. You know, my grandfather's from Barbados, cheap as fuck. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving you 20. It's never gonna happen. It's just fucking impossible, right? So, what up, Shaman LL Cool J? You're checking out 24/7 HH, baby. You know what I mean? Peace.